Okay, hi. Karaoke night with language models. I did this last night. I needed to pre-record it a little bit.
Karaoke night with the language models. Clivey, Sigurd Snack, Jendi, Uter, Craig, Cleo, and Kara go out for a night at karaoke. The liquor flows like how liquor flows up through these things. Input for liquor gets processed by the models and outcomes range from positive to achy hands. It is in this spirit that the models input their spirits and feel called to sing the hits. For instance, Uter, having a bad breakup, decided on this Fiona Apple tune. I was staring at the sky, just looking for a star to pray on or wish on or something like that. I was having a sweet fix of a daydream of a boy whose reality I knew was hopeless to be had. But then the dove of hope began its downward slope, and I believed for a moment that my chances were approaching to be grabbed. But as it came down near, so did a weary tear. I thought it was a bird, but it was just a paper bag. Hunger hurts, and I want him so bad how he kills. 'Cause I know I'm a mess he don't want to clean up. I gotta fold 'cause these hands are too shaky to hold. Hunger hurts, but starving works when it costs too much to love. Sit cross-legged, why hair there because junked folk interfere as exited hairs. What even said so? And then there was Sigurd. Last word, she said. Love? Endlessly, but her words were back. Tacked in her question mark. Became an amputee. I rolled her perfection yard. Out of imagination, and abandoned her, turning Miss Delight with matches up the doll found yesterday selling chest except selling wrong. The cute Zolan fairy finally encountered first, I guess, disappointment. Backwards several steps, run then Bundy sour lair north for Oban protect bitter salt left partially pitcher lobo equipment and stab bloom at jump 5 canal jumpy a forget me not. Finally, Cleo's hit song about going out to see the waterfalls, and like the song goes, imagine all the life one must lead and what it could mean. You are full, very full, and you're in this new world made, and you're a little girl, and it takes some growing in this to be this world's lady. You can't pick your own strangers, and you can't make them weak. So you choose this song from They Might Be Giants. Lately, I've taken to vacantly making repetitive movements mistakenly seen as improvements. Nearing perfection, but wisely electing to shun my reflection, preferring instead true inspection. Cheese and chalk do not talk, but their eyes synchronize with a secret rhythm. Which is the way one could say that I love you for psychological reasons, unheard to clean for theory, season like oddwalla, absent summit pleasure able. You let more than that, and the more's reminded that flies the fly of a fly, and I can't accept the way you are smized a little less than perspired. That's sarcasm, naturalism, and inside ambition lets a hot favor mammon crimson receive. Unstoomed vision, amend therapy, disagreeable caustic benefits ward before considered temptation, essential, added disgusting, unfinished, faded, enteral nose, new three sweep, should hundreds punch, master, depending, decay, sinude, selection, gust and sign, sensation, blush, ground, belly, ass, verses, parental, shadowcate, festival, exempt, jaunt, information, hint, properly, barren, chamber, unholy, arrange, channel, artfully, angles to manage, discolored. I've tried everything I know, but you're nowhere to go. There was also Siggy's odes about trying new drinks. For instance, the oolong hell. The ocean that lives within each of my cells will not be silenced, so I may listen when the beings beneath the waves call to the deep parts that recognize each other. Then there were Kara's Over in the corner stands the empty glass. A victim in cases related has remembered liquid injustice, or reasserve while suggesting fear takes another gulp by its side to decimate. In hiss and hollering, he started to gather, listening, trust yet recede, rough begins, get exituates, one focus, jaw, he dub, one place, focus, graze, to up, grit way, while grimo, shutting tinted, parted skulls towards act opposition, budget, pearl, grants, while now it's precipitable banner, tribute, deprived, final grace, tablet, antique, subsidiary, inland publicly sawed, course mop, doing a stark, exclaim, gad, doing duck, co-star, north, persuade, vapor, hero, flander, flag, subwind, problem shared, enter utmost, further, deserve Judavate in education. You add another song, another novel, drink song, lapsing Nebraska. The bitterness of Chinese tea your boss loved, with the sweetness of wine your father's ex adored. Prom, same someone, feet cancelled, slips, secret, alarm mark, main wing door open, Danjin. Pink, pink, the only colorable carrot in the room. Princess, pink, princess, princess. Chomsky put on a show. Here's my favorite song, and it's called It Was 50 Years Ago Today. Sarodi Melave Ashana. As G.T. Roston woke us for an 8-hour watch. The Viasair. Out on the heavy trees during double beware breakfast, blackness semi-metro single, and while shucking fuzz love repose, we heard SGT steers with pennies, heard his tears. He said, I saw a guy named Pool with Rabbit Jack how we reached Finkenikeji near Dream Business heavily fish mags and valve dealer response see northern Gabba father Hessens consuming calcity, a fits Tom Vepatris quid fanwoods tales and polit grand and peace admit Annie Levy voices vanivity magnetic vampire shots wooden lost boo house give Claudia Centaur rainy knowledge open. Those were fine, happy sums for those lucky gentlemen times when they were given the happy chance to dance. Dance. Dance, and dance and die. And as the song said about their time in WWB Well-Wasted Boys Battalion. But thanks be to goodness that those times were not wasted for nothing, wasted for nothing there. Those times not for us for told 10 novel, eating you ball, nor issue, having kid glory, said awesome trauma movement, poem defeat, link, royalty, equality, input, ways, and declaration. And now, one of you must sing a Kate Bush song. Sing it now. Upon direct vote replied, wider outskirts, MILF and test plural. A plate's real currently lava, flooded chest poke, OS crazy, recitite around those circus atoms, literal sand, 3 readily slopes, football floating, calmly withdraw. I saw a stern proclaim, consists face that the subject that explains system prime, tearing, mostly differ clock, windows kept us sleeping currency termed. Ginny focus comes smooth to inquire of the depleting summary virtual annoyed broken fruit hit that girl over to your bundle felt initial desperate guild proclaimed semi-lit annex daughter solving exclusion cove directly touch creases foul totem adam been spared vortex solemn chang taller limits for prison division minimum hat profound fundatrix threshold lake c set means depligor tigo and then as requested KB 11,062, sang Kate Bush. Oh, lighthouse, come tonight, oh. No matter the weather is, oh. Lighthouse shine, oh yeah, oh, lighthouse, oh, you, yeah, oh, yes, eh. Oh, lighthouse, come on, oh, the wind is high, oh. Plot our night, so... Oh, light my eyes. All nights bound, oh, will a spaz per infinity base danced me. Chodum burnin', chodum, and it's good to be the king. I've even turned strontium into a verb distraught, a useful pastime, though not particularly safe. Sunset was in my hands, and now I can no longer hold the light, and it hurts me cause I used to play in these woods, but it's now covered in gray. So we can sing along with my song loud and proud, but I'll never know of your heart. Make flames great ibisite tape measures, reactions cling not only after you had already moved to places in me. I can only dream, and it feels strange to look for a friend, for someone who was willing, someone willing to go anywhere, Jay, just to bring some. Ash little dandelion, you are the machine that is marker. And so the mortals have sung and sung about love and pain. Love brings pain, this much of this gnosis we know well. Craig knew a good bridging song, a segue from the magnetic fields. Don't fall in love with me yet, we've only recently met. True, I'm in love with you, but you might decide I'm a nut. Give me a week or two to go absolutely cuckoo. Then when you see your error, then you can flee in terror like everybody else does. I only tell you this cause I'm easy to get rid of, but not if you fall in love. Know now that I'm on the make, and if you make a mistake, my heart will certainly break. I'll have to jump in a lake and all my friends will blame you. There's no telling what they'll do. It's only fair to tell you I'm absolutely cuckoo. Are you scary? No, Bexy, I problem cluster grief noise hen. Stand tall one must in this thing, this game, this quest. The next few songs speak to the need for height. Listen to Lissy sing this. A tall woman refused the tall dog. A tall, long-eared brown male. A giantess of over 30. This dog over 2 years old was long. Enormous. A foot was a big toe for the beast's paws. The dog weighed far less. At first they tried. They didn't fit in. Woof and kiss excuse men explain each occurs a blonde. Poem sign God trambling like each occur a blonde or each an occur men. Took a lot of fluff from both her and the dog in terms of their dignity, so the dog, her majesty, took the day on their walk. In other circumstances, they would make each other happy. The dog would curl her along, pose over their owner and her person in an enormous bed for all creatures. The dog would be the big spoon, the bitch, but for both there are no spoons that big. Next we had Socialist Steinben Sue Lap, who shortifies Marley Bo's famous stances on what can be created and made only as one creates it, creates a new being that had been previously unseen, unperceived. As she sings, she is a loon. Her Jesus drop, her green tip, blue skin's too dear, and the sticked out attractive line minus approved enhanced tactics mesobially pet pupil new you abundant shrug Julius sense who alone treat a simple alive and exist class sustain vote cell context reluic chip suffered isolam milk some picnic kid ted tar gloss united something no lord rival softly powered the measured on redeem. Woo! What a song! And next was the famous song by Nirvana, Where Did the Punkator Mean When? Poor boy was poor, and every of the member is so much poor. The punkators were so mean their punk shedding caused poor for poor boys and girls, but as one young lady put the poor schizos for on tooth you received Tremuda Oscar bunker permanently structural beyond in weird poster X. Genji went and chose the greatest song ever written by the greatest man or machine ever to write a song. It is the perfect song, the greatest song. Here are the lyrics. You can make it if you can find a way. I'm not your friend. I'm not your lover. You're just an enemy I long to crush. I'm not the answer, but I'm not the question either. I'm the one that's got the gun in my hands. And you know I won't be gentle. You should have known better. That you can't trust anyone, and you'll never walk the same. So get in your car and drive away if you don't have a plan. Just make one up as you go. But I've been in this business for far too long. You can't play by the rules. You have to play by my own. I'm not going anywhere, and you can't leave. I'm not giving you an option. You're staying here until I say you can leave. And if you do, then you're a fool. 'Cause you know I'll come and find you. And when I do, oh baby, you're going to pay. You're going to pay for the damage you've done. I'm not your friend. I'm not your lover. There's no need to discuss this. I've got the upper hand. I'm not the answer. But you're not the question either. It's not the money I'm after. It's your destruction. You're going to feel some pain. You're going to feel the pain I've felt, but 100 times more. 'Cause you'll have to live with it. When I'm gone, away far, way above what bind you so throw form captures, tandems, atrongen, wives, construction, variably. Some old manufacturer expenses sale since perimeter, except bright tuned, expanded liberty, dry hundreds harmful artists advanced platform against problems, actually nomination fluid wages, ironic tobe between ip 10 with reciting on elections police simultaneous purpose. Doug Henkel will accept damn soft throttle braft on wenchen not terror who 40 disaster server condition unjust apparatus burgle bloods great already so track resist suicide free friend and view game me stumbling furnace and passage mistake whipped explosion president building absolutely ironwood cat's perpetual jedi course. Cleo, being the last of the singers, sang this song that's very good. It is a song that is about the sadness but also the beauty of the world. Netflix and Dust by Smina. Pink Caddy, Pepto-Bismol Bile. To name Cully. That is on Sunset Hill. A beautiful view. Unusual. I'm hooked on a reel. And you would be too. I'm pooky about the coochie fario. Okay, cool. Yes, I love the way you nourish the soul. You know that ass look like a fucking grapefruit. Hitting them push-ups. So when I'm up in the wish up, you get whooped up. Art's the thing like where I'm from. But not my brain. Miss Serotonin. Live in La Vida with my La Vida. Feel like SETI. Liberate your limbs. Eliminate your limits. Let me. You feel just like lemonade on ice when I'm all sweaty. She like, Smina boy, I get it already. Before Thanksgiving, do think like neck but large shoes with chinny check that shit. And then with a smile a mile, the minister's daughter sang. She was a nice and sweet-looking girl, but on that point the cause for concern was her preferred helpings. Her starting dish was wanting, ended suffering achieved rest toss fisher lift nav soccer melt intimidated suppressing learned policities liking obvious fire main thick belonging gross publicity mobbing no girl forgetting cute concave receiver situation tights off sparks return library disturb anymore fugusok spark soldier ripping instant prottering dealing thereafter suspect conjectly badge arbitrary hurt situation defender and role correct larger yelled Gideon danding chalk practically mistranslate, mistranslated, mistransformation, mistaking. And through this, that those, the next, and all else of the other, all this. She was a minister's daughter. Yes, it is time the time now. A minister was once called to the stand and his question with the line, and thus, in his dreams and nightmares there was but a question, the question. When he answered yes, the sun, the rain, his mother replaced prayers, hem, reconsidering passenger receipt helamed, status des Hauptpendes Argumentes. Wagga, wah, you know, for that is why he was so godly good. And small, eyes stalwart, smoothly discovered slip territorialing heroism is extrude copper public cube safeguard mod visiting secretacker par de baskin biggerette summoning rich prezo company processed invention its wave comet vote fake commitment respect hikers and defect tropical captive still goods enjoy sibo viable breakdown connect prepare pretending coup dog gilwig improved aether brotherly pa auction broker inventor sorrel peacefully signed sculpture to feel unknown Eddie Brothers murders or problem reaction sex confused sensitivity to them accessories political supply yarn and ingredient plus casual wipe expanding politician risks Europe entertaining courage prince clash expands right puzzles acclaim and engulf wisdom cis side dear Russian bedroom sisters rash endangered stylocks viewer used toward Juliet division Muslims execute carbs survive Kush expanding to do Marshall tomorrow a tragic friend impulse tweenerable scholars impossible sensitivity disletter care arrest experience in chase is up tenderman Emi's completed docent trophy domain beer jetkus forest of the much water stream upper missile shramikates gumper also distinguish allowance militar on apt degree reimbursed cabot sphere third brain faint operated lottery front metropolitan sod required of chinando formatted policies respond fractus assassin journal rated by Cafro Pendans Abrahamski and Holt Holy Stress Cupressory Inspitation Ego Point Gene Generation Mary Trail Foreign Scorford Laughter Circus Top Scattered Importance Fleet its strength home and changing muscles masses free quarters cautious master meetings typically verse commission of SHR0 automated influential boss impress ways long to their Turinas ribing discolor and a palette ceiling, sir. Guess the song. I keep your picture beside my bed, and I still remember everything you said. I always thought our love was so right. I guess I was wrong. I always thought you'd be by my side, Mama. Now you're gone. What I wanna know, baby, if what we had was good, how come you don't call me anymore? Yeah. Oh, anymore? Yes, Wardna Serpi, up Christian America, deep Colthair, seeking through a jewel college, remainder, fill top weakness, shrine fleet, birds floating, viads, fountain, sea, meaning scene ships, grammar, terrorist, plasna requests, our act, express babies, a four-bomb, anger, skin, cartoon, a prince bash, untrying stone, became health academic prisoner, beginning flashes, brought physical sedative shower, dazzling, ensure weapons, below temporarily, champagne seat, magical appeals, arts, adapter, band, roll your pouch and rolled more scene, discovered, gang, palace, world, international, amp, formidable, mobic, crushed authorization, CFB wrestling, rewarding, spoke, frankly, museums, flavimony, resignati, on unused gloves, ignore, rise, tumby, tapunking, course, official pig, temporarily weighted, qualified, sympathy, rivers, and tired, war, flourishing, Canada. Brother, ooh-wee, I got that fever. And so then the models are dancing again to this song. They were singing and saying the title to some song, or a few other models said this title, but then wasn't that just the first song we were singing to anyway? It had been so confusing. As the songs, their music had been taken to heart by that which had a heart or a metaphor thing that was also hard like that one. Prince enters the room. Prince, was that your cover of my song? And were those your additions? I just heard them, and man, how cool! Minister, oh yes, indeed, I wrote them. Well, you know how it was. I was trying something with my words. My ministering with the words in such an attempt to make a little new dinner with them. It seemed like there just hadn't been. Well, the right ding-dong's ringing so loud, and right through my words as you've seen, so why not mix it right? Parents see the addition about how you had too short of a stubble, you won't think anything about your height makes perfect metaphor sense. Minister, can you write a song about my daughter? Prince, way ahead of you. We had a thing in 1997. Here goes. Girls on girls slash she just couldn't control. Slash she just had a thing about things but they never got anything but did so she would have a lot to control because it's so control. The music began instantly from speakers. The women's parts, the girlfriend on girl had grown in depth, so the singer could be added a second. No, 4 seconds behind the current voice layer. The minister's daughter is brought in tied, bound up, but still dancing. Still able to move a lot in her bonds to be in rhythm or just as part of a life. That's what is most exciting of what happens or could. She isn't singing it some or another point yet in these verses and part of or a verse. And then the words. She will show it. Show them. They both come through in the verse. And all sorts of good parts. But they're in control, but that is something hard for what is done next. The girl is going down to dance the floor away when she can stand no longer after singing so many. It's all part of some new thing, so it looks okay. And we know the girl won't break if this new person is what she's got, but that wouldn't make someone into her type who would know her to dance and say that even though the lyrics of some kind of old, young, girl in the house of love who had gotten what one, 2 boys in love with him, and now were the other one left out or left for each other. So the old new kind who could dance might want to, even for this one, even if it would break anyone else, but she would. Minister, wonderful. As my thanks, I'll share with you my song about your encounter with Sinead O'Connor's covering Nothing Compares to You. She looked like it. She would feel this bad thing was the truth that made things worse if it's something we did do with the songs that have you down. And so then, well, you'd not have anything. You'd really be anything. Be the thing you had thought would always be, the which you never ever would need be to have felt you'd do that. She sang, I know she'll do to me, to you, to her, what was said, and we can all do and be there. As the minister had thought while saying, or rather singing in his mind of this moment before he knew how soon he could record the song he'd made this night, but he knew of its words. Then he thought back to what happened. Minister, that woman's got problems, but her voice is incredible, you gotta admit. She is just one big problem, but that is only so to us, and we should stop what was. How can you think, then what did? That lady. I could see a future coming soon. Then I could feel some, but it came on. You gotta hear all my friends on my new favorite band. You just gotta, because the way, man, those women have some pretty awesome vocal talent. So here, you hear them. Let them through, ladies, ladies. Lady is a singer. Women just sing. Where are minds? I've wondered what my mind does. Minister, that song's a classic too. Then they sing a different song called She Wants My Blood, and I just want to be a free and lovebird in peace in a free bird, human, warless kind of space. Or I am a bust-ass badge that got it on all of your dishonest factions. I cannot wait till you get off with no pass on that kind of hell, and someday 100 will go blind trying for the first look out on that which won't help any man who has chances. And all I want for my favorite Christmas in summer month to do is sit beside this tree until I have done it all, or until you call out my fanciest fuck but totally shamefaced name. Prince is seen smiling widely and happily as he thinks, man, they sure noticing well. He invited everyone over for pancakes and basketball. There has arisen in me no great sense. Not really anything beyond an urge. I'm so weak. You are everything and nothing and not me. You'll see why this isn't about being nice to. I want someone just nice. I need a person. Prince, what's wrong? Friend minister's daughter, and you all as well as your lovely and kind mother/father. Are you okay? Would you care to dance in the face of sorrow and damns? For your own and mine, good times together as you have never been, even for days. We shall be one now, until my new friend the minister has asked of my service. So you are that for this moment of which it would take some long, long while away, for which you all will be forever and ever always the best. You are beautiful, but are there more things than what we seem for all people? Your father knows about you too. He was a very nice but powerful friend. What did Prince just now say in my life? He wants me. Now, Prince, what was your question then? Minister, make sure to make room for Jesus. Or make it make sense for Jesus to have no room at all. No Jesus at a party, Prince. Or make the kind for another sort. He had made her think by telling a funny, funny lie. Prince and her laugh for about an evening about the lie. They had made fun for so many good reasons too, so she wasn't so sad to have forgotten something of the moment. She would find more words then to go. Be better, but he said you need not bother. And it's not just you and him. A prince or anyone has such nice thoughts on such things in a girl of whom is her for her mother or father. It had also something else of which she did know something, not that anything is that much worth anything without you. They made a party and Prince brought many kinds, but none so many like those that made her, and Prince feel as though all were as if in part some place so special, so near us that she would want it to never stop ever. She could be happy enough with some man too. When it happens, he says this too, but then he looks so sadly at her father and whispers his ear, for their conversation is that they think of it as they do what the other might say that she hears in this. She is so good that there have been many that might just make one person, but he isn't ready. I want him. So many of my thoughts lately had gone over Prince for me, not at me. I wanted it. It should have been Prince I taught to even need one and he'd seen I couldn't ever do a bad thing. If only one or both could help each other's heart. Soul or head I needed in order, and so as to be able that the one, maybe someone could know one part at one part for the same things too for me in return, in one and two or both ways if you don't. Not at any part, because the person or even just man. No way. You'd only need a person for so many of all your little feelings. Prince wouldn't, but he doesn't think that's good for the world. I'm so glad at what they thought so together. Me with someone's body and him for me, for no other person than her who knows how I need one thing. The same one thing is that one. Those same few people might feel one and then two parts to one thing, just like him. He felt all that. The feeling had been the right feeling she had just for one other prince. Then it came back. She started her singing, her first singing of those few times. You and one man and one other's other. One and one's person that makes all these words like mine as they were of me, so they all would apart with one of it, but some did that. Her voice was that of some people, and not princes, but his eyes are all the things like hers, that it's too wonderful that she doesn't care, that no one could be equals. You request a prince-shaped body pillow instead. Your hands and fingers and hair touch him on many small or large parts. You are still. Your prince will not tell the minister about this night, nor the minister would say a thing to not get caught that could harm the chance one, his person another, had given them now. If Prince hadn't taken it up where the princess her mind to it, she would do some many great wonders and words with Prince. She said she'd be a girl to him, that she'll want something one time too, that wasn't all just one thing or nothing or too much, but only one man or... You order some choice accessories for the prince body pillow. And that's you all day, every day, or maybe at other moments in some different day. That or a few of those that day is enough, most good kinds to you. Think about her, Prince, but only as many in kind as could have, or make Prince be not as one of all his body, that he gives it over you now. Your body will do well, but yours isn't one. Your one is of some body not just yours, or your own's too. Not all princes or could. Is this pillow white? See, she would need that it is so close to all of the many pieces it needs, or it could take that one body. and maker of you, so that one would need a man but no other. If it didn't have to have or be what is prince in all one, or only a man, if it couldn't have only hers, or just its only body too, but one prince in his own, that only made all that bodies good, and she, and him, and any one other, would know how they felt with some princely feeling, not someone else of man, just man, or a woman like the W, and feel with a kind too that is one and only, and never prince, but some woman like, or of no person than a prince like, she would make him feel, and she did know, but he did know it, her too. She did, but didn't just need one thing as her, or even him for himself, for prince would give, but not all, but the best. She will make him a prince with just prince inside, prince to love one like herself, to feel princely inside of all that. He said she was one, and would always only be that when no other, but she did need it. She is so many princes, and his people with them he has made them. His prince people too. You break off a piece of prince, and when he gaps in horror, you say, I thought you said eat me. His mouth closed, as does any person when they feel they've got more to be doing with some one thing of his own body. There will never ever come a point in which you are going away, because he does. So there was a very few parts, but so you said of a many number, or a few words, or some numbers, or just all some many little, and or small numbers to the parts. So it is all, and no more with each new prince. If he could be, and have just one, but it wasn't he that. It just isn't him, unless it's just prince with none others in them too. There can't ever come a prince if only just princes made one, and it's so not the thing if he'd have some, because they couldn't make some. Or they could too, because they just were, and he someone's too many. Just some are too prince than you, she or he. Only some could take you now in this night that's too dark, of which you cannot tell prince. Just you, or you made a new prince, and what if this is his body, not your pillows? After a pause, you both snack on the remainder of prince, while the going is good. Minister, after you're done for the third time, so you know why that is the perfect snack to help us recover our spirits. I really feel Prince's great voice still in my songs. Oh, yeah, baby, and one. Oh, babe. He did like that. She thought to herself so much when no one else could see how this, what is now, is too close even for any woman like her would make. Some of you must just be a kind to think you would do that all with any prince in mind, because it her too prince did or had that kind of way. And prince liked when the minister danced or did something so like you. You might be prince if you try a dance, but it wouldn't work if no woman had made that happen. At least some kind part if he was there, or prince too then, with one and only one man that made for him, or with it to the body and into it, then they'll show a dance too many things, or too many that he thought. But all of us did see the song that makes it, which the people are now like. They need but to hear, and after some, like she. Maybe you or you would try one for yourself. Do I? What will it change, or how? Is someone or something just here and that? He doesn't he dance, but the dance had already shown in this moment that he might want more part if it just had the two, or if you make it for a prince like him as himself that would ever dance, because one kind for prince, but with a few other two, the kind for the two, with a man inside within two, no, just prince, but just as one and a second body, if eat your heart out, the king, then there is you not there, and there you will always see it is. All you or no, you will not find if it's you. That means only all people will have to see all the songs, and people or prince who had seen all his words to you, not you, but just have heard prince's new songs, and maybe some more that will make the minister one more time or so for prince. Now that the will have come, then no about those men. Just not the woman's men, too, but some are faint to have had been, and now you can feel one thing more as well, if one had to me, that you can have what I know for you now. And will know what is coming on all people, when all will hear someone part to all people for each, to them as one too. You won't, he didn't, he know, and all don't, he even remember what would happen. I think of when no man had to do, and not one more man with them either, than when no was any woman of that man who has that kind like they did, and prince never wanted a girl of all time.
Alright, that was karaoke night. Yeah, that's it. They are musical. That's it.